lately, and I wanted to I wanted to take it easy for the night. Um, some stuff going on with my family that is actually a little more pressing, and I didn't have time to set up any live testing for the night. So I thought we would do a little different. We would talk about tools that you should avoid, like power tools that you should avoid. And this is not brand specific, although you might think so after a while. But this is going to be literally just going through and talking about our experiences with some of the tools and why we would not recommend them, why you should save your money and not buy them. So, with that being stated, my name is Robert. I am Tools with Souls. That goofball there, that is Tools and Tactics. Why don't you introduce yourself?
What's going on? Tools and tactics. Also, Robert. Focus on a lot of electrical content.
All right. Anything Milwaukee, says Cody Brown. So BW's Paul W. Actually, Paul, while I got you here, I got to do something for you, my man.
Avoid Milwaukee.
You have been doing some great work for us as of late. And with that comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
Well, I tried. And as moderators. There you go. That's done. Shush Jehangiri. How you doing? Glad to see you too. Hello from Iran. Hello from the United States. After my last round, I respect you guys know. I don't know how y'all do it. Takes some practice. That's how it does. Hello, new here. Welcome, TJ Jones, Bull of the Woods, and Word Guy. So wordy title you got there. So here we go. The first one that I am going to mention, and this is actually something I saw on Dr. Left Hand Thread's TikTok channel today. And Dr. Left Hand Thread, one of our good friends, somebody we support. We love him here.
Yeah.
And he was talking about the Milwaukee circular saws. And I had to be honest with him. I can't recommend Milwaukee circ saws. It doesn't matter if it's the 6.5. The only one I've ever had real good experience with is their rear handle. And I thought the rear handle was nice, but it's not the most powerful. It's not the most accurate. But I like the Milwaukee. I like to throw out the Milwaukee circ saws as something you should avoid. What do you think about that?
I would completely agree with that. I really haven't had any positive or negative. They're just kind of blah, you know.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything bad to say about them. I don't have anything good to say about them.
What's up, creature? Yeah. Tool Jesus. He's talking about you, obviously. What's up, Jeremy? Yeah, I don't golf, so the Metabo circ saw is honestly one of the best circ saws out there. Very underrated. But the Milwaukee circ saws, for me, what ends up happening is under repeated cuts, under heavy load, the motor burns out on them real fast. They carry heat through them like no one's business. And I just want to avoid them. I would just tell people to avoid Milwaukee circ saws altogether. What do you think? What's one tool that you would tell folks to avoid?
Man, I don't want to go right into the brands. I would say
Well, not brand,
maybe an
one tool
unexpected
from a
one. I
brand.
would say
I
I
like the flat line.
kind of put me on the spot there. If I had to think of something that someone doesn't make very well, it'd probably just be, dewalt impacts.
Oh, that's a solid choice, to be honest with you. One of my, I've shown it, I don't know how many times, but DeWalt impacts don't hold up. It's
Yeah.
gonna make somebody mad, I know, but it's the truth. They're not powerful. They're not fast. They tend to wear out real quick. Uh, I've not had a great experience with a DeWalt Impact.
Right.
What's that?
I
Raymond Roman?
man, I'd also say that
They
unfortunately
do.
they got the smallest battery bang for your buck out there.
It's
Packs the
true.
punch for the smallest little package you got, but
That's what your
tough
wife
call,
says
man.
about
I'm
you.
hoping that new DeWalt's gonna be just a little bit better.
I hope so too. I want DeWalt to do so well. I actually like DeWalt. I like a lot of their tools, just not their impacts, man. Every single DeWalt impact I've ever owned sucked. Um, the 887 was probably the best one they ever made, and it was not great.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
consistent.
with you, Reno. Or Renew. What is this? The wall impacts, yes, avoid at all costs. VCG has several tests, one straight up melting and yeah. I've shown one melting down on the channel before, doing a task that well the Milwaukee has done before. And not that we're Milwaukee elitists or anything. I don't really give a rat's ass about any brand, but the Milwaukee just damn. When it comes to impact drivers, I don't know that anybody does it any better than Milwaukee. That's just one time, one tool, the impact driver. But I'll hit you with one, and this is from your favorite brand,
All right,
and it's gonna bother you. It's gonna hurt you a little right in
maybe,
the taint area.
maybe, yeah, probably. Still sore from last time. What's up?
Absolutely avoid all of the flex compact tools.
Oh man. Oh
All of
wait, compact? Yeah, dude. I didn't even try it. I didn't even make it to the channel. I already knew it was gonna be crap.
it. Johnny Gary, yes. You're absolutely right. Anything Makita. Well, we tested so we did the drill and the impact driver for Flex. We tested the compact version of both of them, and only the Makita subcompact was weaker than either of those. That's hyper tough levels of power from a high end brand, and when you're looking at spending $100 or more, they're $100 now. They're typically well, 100 and a half, something like that, but they're $100 right now. And they can't even do simple tasks. The clutch on the compact drill was absolute dog shit. It couldn't do anything right. Um, like it didn't matter if it was in setting what 2 or 18, it was the same. It drove the screw the same distance. It's just horrible.
Yeah,
And then the
pretty bad.
impact driver was the weakest and the slowest, I think, of all of the impact drivers that we tested. And maybe only the Makita would be worse, but we don't really play with the Makita. Yeah, well, he's going into so Tinker with Tools has some good luck with Flex Compact. He's going into OSB board. He's going
Right.
into multiple layers of OSB. You don't do that out in the field. You go into solid wood in the field. That's why I think using those OSB shits they don't really tell you anything because you're going
Right.
into a
They're a
very,
comparison
very
between each
sharp.
other. Right. It's a comparison against each other so you can see the difference in the tools, but it doesn't tell you what to realistically expect once you get out there and try to actually use it.
Yeah, I think they're horrible. I would never think of going, oh, let me cut a piece of OSB into six. I'll drive my little lines on there and then drive a fastener into it to show you the difference in the tools because it doesn't tell you a damn thing other than it'll go into fucking OSB. And what what's the most OSB you're going into? What, half inch?
Right. Right. And then what are you hitting? 2x6.
You're gonna hit solid wood.
Yeah.
That's the hope anyway.
Yeah.
Yes, avoid everything hyper tough. We'll just get that out of the way. But if you're in a pinch and you need something for one job, it'll get the job done. But when you're buying hyper tough, you're not expecting a whole lot.
If if you're buying flex anyway, man, compact's just not the right adjective with a flex tool. Like,
Mm-mm.
what were you really expecting? You know, like what are you really trying to save? The $100 that you're spending, you could buy a 12-volt line that's going to be just as powerful, but smaller. It's going to serve you better. The batteries are the size of the whole 12-volt M12.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, everybody's gone to like you're seeing it now. The trend is to go to more compact tools. Milwaukee, they just came out with their compacts. Rigid, been what 2 or 3 years with compact tools. Makita's subcompact been around for at least 6 or 7 years. Metabo had their compact line out for a long time, and it's a great line. Bosch, they've got compact now. Literally everybody has dewalt Atomics is their compact version of 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 those tools. So everybody's got more compact tools, and why? Because the people that are out there doing the work every day, they don't necessarily want to carry the big bulky things all the time, especially when they don't need that power all the time. What's up,
Yeah,
Joshua?
man, I can tell you what though, with just like what Scrooge says here. So Roosh, sorry, says here. Um, the regular size flex stuff is insanely good,
It
and
is?
I think they probably got the best one-hand debris sip on the market for the fact that I took a 9-inch Diablo, and the house that I was previously at, had water damage, number of issues. You buy a house for, half off literally
Yeah,
of what
you're
it
right.
should cost. You're gonna find issues,
Yeah,
and one of them was termites, and I mean, I had splinters pretty much just flaking apart on this 2 by 6, and I was cutting into it to replace it. Blade got stuck, of course, and I was like, "This is a good test." So I started prying with the saw with the blade, like it's a pry
right.
tool, which it's not. I spun that blade into a corkscrew. Kept after it was in a corkscrew and in a bind, I pulled the trigger and it sawed through the nail that it needed to saw through. And then I ejected the blade and then popped another one back in.
Yeah.
I've never
Hey,
seen a tool do that.
there is no doubt that the full size flex stuff is awesome.
Yeah.
But have you gone to Lowe's lately?
Yeah, but I don't go to the flex aisle. That's a depressing
Okay.
place.
Well, the reason I asked you is if you go to the flex aisle, half of it is gone.
Yeah,
More
no.
than half of it. I think the only things that I saw left, I mean, they've got the lights and stuff, but as far as the drills, the impacts, the impact wrenches, uh, and whatnot, they had 3 circular saws.
Lowe's seems to be the place where tool brands that have a chance go to die. Take
I
Tough
don't
Built,
hate
for
to
example.
Yeah, and let's just face it, no brand other than Milwaukee has a true 12-volt offering. DeWalt has some tools, and they're really good. Makita has completely abandoned their 12-volt line. Rigid got rid of their 12-volt line. Bosch, it looks like all of theirs is gone. So nobody really is trying to compete with Milwaukee in that 12-volt space. So coming out with compact tools that use the same battery as your normal size tools, that is a huge advantage over even the M12 line because you're going to get a little bit more pop, a little bit more punch out of those slightly, and I say that slightly bigger tools.
Yeah. Yeah, but
So
just like Joshua just also agreed too there. Where's Tough Built's hand tools right now?
what's that?
Where's Tough Built's hand tools right now? They're all on clearance.
In some stores they are. The one I was in yesterday, they were not. They were still full price. So I think it's just kind of depends on how they're selling in a particular area.
Is
And
it is it Lowe's or is it Flex? Because I know Flex's marketing is terrible, but
it's both.
yeah, man, it's like they're just
So
it almost reminds me of the DeLoreans, right? Just laundering make a business to launder the profits and then destroy it, you know? Like what is the other explanation for what the heck is going on? You build a good product and then you just drive it in the ground.
well, no, see, this is where the market decides. So you've got to remember, we're coming up on 3 years of Flex being in the store, right? It's actually been a full 3 years.
Yeah.
And in that 3 years, you and I've discussed this before, Flex hasn't sold a whole lot in store.
Yeah.
So the expectation, just a little behind the scenes, if anybody's not been in retail and upper management or whatever, you normally will lease out space. What's up, Renegades? You normally lease out space in your store for a period of time. You'll sign a contract with an entity, and it's typically a 3-year contract with that entity. And in there, one of the things that you're telling them is that we're going to hit so much in sales. And that's
Yeah.
just based on your projections. Well, when your projections don't match at the end of your lease, then the company comes to you and they either demand more money for you to keep the same shelf space, which if you're not making sales, you can't do, or they start taking shelf space away from you if
Yeah.
they don't completely remove you. Now, that's what's going on with Flex, and the fact that Flex, they had the battery leaking issue. Everybody seems to point to that as the catalyst of this, but this is something that would have been going on for a long time before that even came up. Like it became public knowledge that they were going to do the recall. And the when Lowe's themselves came out and told Flex, hey, we're going to concentrate on your compact line and slowly remove your full size line. That's what's happening. Flex just hasn't made sales projections. What's up, Alon?
Yeah. Um I don't know, man. The stack lithium stuff was pretty much the big promise, you know. Um how big of an issue was the leaking batteries, you think?
For me, it wasn't. I mean, my 5 amp hour battery leaks. I don't give a rat's ass about it. If I was in the
It
field and the tool still worked, I still wouldn't give a rat's ass about it.
it depends. My buddy handed me one. It was the first one I saw. I think if you bought them early on, they didn't leak, and then when they started production, I think the next couple of, thousands probably leaked, and then that's when the stack lithium came out. I don't know, man. They just don't do good marketing. I bought what did I buy? I don't know what I bought with like, I think maybe it was a vacuum. Came with a 3.5
Hmm.
for just get it for free. Or
Right,
maybe it was the inline circular saw or something. Dude, that's the best deal still. Last year, that's still that's amazing.
right.
But
I
no one
agree
heard
with
about
you.
it.
I agree with you. The issue is it's not just their marketing that sucks. It's the in-store promotion. They'll send the materials to Lowe's. I know I've seen their materials at Lowe's, and then the stores just don't put it out. Lowe's is absolutely garbage for promotion. Like the store is garbage. Had Flex gone to Home Depot or another location, maybe another national chain, Not that any of them can compete with Lowe's or Home Depot. It's pretty much just those two. But if they had gone to Ace, where Ego's already got a foothold, if they had gone to, say, a Menards or someplace like that, a place that's willing to throw out like the banners and do some of the promotions, like Milwaukee when the 2904 came out. I don't know if you guys are aware of this or not. The 2904, the 2953. Milwaukee had reps in Ace Hardware letting folks use those tools just to promote those tools. And they were Ace Hardware people. It wasn't like just Milwaukee. They had two or three guys there just to let you use them, just to let you do stuff with them. And you look at Cobalt and what Cobalt has been doing at Lowe's. Well, go look at the Cobalt section. Everything is on yellow tag, clearance or lower price.
Yeah.
Now they're literally trying to race Craftsman to the bottom to be the bottom feeder at Lowe's. Nobody really looks at skill, which is another Chevron brand. What are you showing?
They're on Amazon now, at least.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. Excuse me. But it's just one of those things when you look at it and it's 5-tool 99.99 flex combo kit error. Where is that, Peter? See, send the link. We want to see that. I'll
Yeah, that
buy
was
that
last
right
year, I
now.
think, wasn't it?
Craftsman taking over. Well, Stanley Black and Decker. So the power, the lithium pouch cell batteries, dewalt beat them to the punch with that, even though we knew that Flex had the technology for longer than Stanley Black and Decker. DeWalt still beat them to market with it. So that kind of took the wind out of the sails of Flex on that. And then you're looking at what? Another 2 years that those have been out. And what's really come out of Flex? They got a nailer. They got the compact tools.
Yeah,
The tape saw, maybe.
What are they lacking now?
Quite a bit. I mean, they only have the one. They only have the one nailer that I've seen.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the miter. I haven't seen the table saw.
In the store, you mean?
In store. In store is the only place that counts for a professional. I like these guys that tell me every day that they shop on fucking Amazon for their professional tools, and I know it's a fucking lie because when you need a tool, you're not waiting for Amazon Prime.
They got you can get that next day now. They're pretty crazy.
Yeah, still, you're out there. What happens if your tool breaks?
Oh yeah, no, you go to the store, that night or whatever.
Nailers, impact wrenches coming out this year. Let's hope. Let's hope. But it's unsurprising to me to see the Flex line struggling. Even
yeah, the BOGO paper item with numbers ain't it. I agree.
Oh yeah, that stuff is horrible. Gearspan, I hate that. And especially since they want you to look up the fucking model numbers or the item numbers.
BOGO this big, the freaking numbers of that.
Yeah, what the hell? No one's looking at it. No one's looking at it. I can tell you that. I want, as far as Lowe's goes, because Lowe's is by far the worst. Everybody says Home Depot is just as bad as Lowe's, but if you go into Home Depot on the end caps, you'll see big ass signs. This shit's on sale. They got pictures of it, right? If there's a buy one, get one, they have it clearly labeled. Like they'll have it in the center aisle, so you got to walk past it. Lowe's ain't like that. Lowe's is just like the other thing that I hate about Lowe's, and I know we're talking about brands and tools we would avoid about brands, but this is kind of goes hand in hand. The other thing I hate about Lowe's is they got those little tear off sheet bullshit things that they want you to take to the register.
Oh, Yeah.
so that you can wait for some retard to go back, grab your tool, and bring it. I who the hell has the patience for that?
I I don't know. The way they're locking tools up now is already you got to allocate an hour to go buy anything now. You got to
Yeah,
mentally prepare yourself to possibly wait an hour for someone to unlock a freaking cage.
and tell me if this is just my Lowe's or if it's your Lowe's too, but they have two 90-year-old men that work the tool aisles, right? And God bless them, they were veterans. They got the little camo vest or whatever. But every time you need to get a tool, you can't find them because they're on break.
Yeah, that's not my Lowe's, but yeah, that's inconvenient for sure.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right. Yeah, and let's not even talk about the signage. They couldn't get the signage right if you paid. Oh, actually, they do get paid, and they still can't get the damn signage right. It's pathetic. But since we're talking about Lowe's, I know that one of my favorite tool brands is there, and that's Metabo HPT.
Yep.
And I can tell anybody that, like, if 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 I had a choice and rigid was not available, I would be a Metabo guy. I'm right there. I love Metabo.
Yeah,
That
man. This
being
thing is
said,
sweet.
their 5-inch random orbit sander is just as bad as Milwaukee's. Like, I wouldn't buy either one of them if you paid me. The
I
internals
gotta
are
tell you,
all
man, how
plastic.
much I like
So
this tool.
okay.
The bolt is out, right? I got these. It
Yeah.
was 150, I think, for the kit. Maybe it was $100 for a drill and an impact and charger and 2 batteries.
Wait
I
till
kind of
go get
wish
the
I had spent a little bit more money and just gotten one tool that maybe has a quick insert because this is like more fun to grab than the Milwaukee. It's hard to explain. This is a very, very enjoyable
nice.
luxury tool that has no vibration, considerably quieter, and acts just like a hydraulic driver without
Uh-huh.
all the hydraulic things to worry about breaking or less efficiency because of battery life, because of hydraulic and all that. These are sweet.
They are sweet. Yeah, anybody that hasn't tried the Metabos, they are truly missing out. I think they are the most underrated brand on the market. That being said, I don't buy their 5-inch random orbit sander.
Uh,
Don't do it. And their angle grinders, I can say this unequivocally. I sent an angle grinder to somebody that was a Metabo, and I felt bad. And I sent it to him for free.
I will absolutely take you up on that, Joshua. Thank you, sir.
They are super comfortable and
That
fun to
would be
use.
very appreciative.
They are a great brand. I love Metabo.
Hey, are my kids loud? Can you not hear anything?
Nope. I'm
Because
not really
I'm looking
listening
at
for your
my
kids
meter
either.
here
I'm trying to
whenever I
concentrate
talk.
on what we're doing.
This
It's
thing's
a
got the feedback.
yeah. It's a
And
weird thing that I do.
man, it is loud over here. So you guys are welcome.
Yeah,
The
I'm
noise
trying to
cancellation on that
concentrate.
thing is amazing.
I'm trying to concentrate on what we're talking about, the topic for the
I
night.
can't
You're
concentrate on
worried about the
anything with
kids.
what's going on behind me.
You know, if you just took those from here and put them here, all your troubles go away.
You're right. You're right.
You're living in the real world now, baby. See?
Oh man, when we
That's
go to
why I'm here.
Branson
What's up, Southpaw?
and you get to see him in person, you're gonna
Well,
wonder how I
oh,
still have all my hair.
I have a way with kids. I'm big and scary. That's why.
Yeah. So
Topic is out. Now we're getting back to it, Peter.
yeah, we're getting back to it. So I've tried, man, the ryobi stuff. I've tried. They came out with a new revamped line of what was it? The USB-C rechargeable battery. Dude, all
Yeah,
that stuff
the
is junk.
ratchet.
I see people talking about it on YouTube, and it's just like, that's not it, dude. And as much as I like some of these channels that are telling us that it's good, um, who's the woodworking guy, man? Really, really like his channel. Really like what he's about. I love his integrity. He seems more like a salesman now on some of this stuff.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about. 731
And
Woodward.
oh my goodness,
731 Woodward.
man, the ryobi stuff is just garbage, dude.
Well, when the TikTok shop started offering commission to dudes to really pay, and some of these dudes are making, 30, 40, $50,000 a month on the TikTok shop hawking products.
Dang.
And I've been tempted. I've been like, well, let me just sell out. But then every time I try or I think about it, I'm like, nah, I'm not going to tell people to buy a product that I don't believe in. And anybody that's used the Ryobi hammer drill, if you haven't wanted to throw it into the deepest, darkest part of the ocean, down the Marianas Trench, it is so bad. I would rather use Makita than the
I
Ryobi hammer drill.
So as I gave Renegades my SDS from
Maybe.
Flex,
Hmm.
and I had to mount a flagpole, and all I had was an M12 Makita SDS. And I got to tell you, man, that
It's
was a pretty
uncanny.
bad experience. I was like,
Yeah.
it was really bad. I
I
could count the rotations on the you know what I mean? Like I could literally count them all. It was bad.
I'm not. I can tell you, um, anything Makita that I have ever used, well, modern Makita, any modern Makita tools that I have used have been dog shit. Like I just, people keep telling me about their saws. Their saws look like children's toys.
No,
I
no. I'm
can't, I
trying to think.
can't
When did
do
I try to give them another go? Because they've got some pretty interesting designs that look a little bit more compact. And
it.
what's up, Shaka?
Shaka Gillis. Yes, they are. Right on both counts. Ego does make the best OPE. Shaka Gillis
Anyway,
been a
this
member
thing
for
couldn't cut a
9
fence
months.
picket, man. It was one of their. It was a stab. It was 18-volt too. It was a stab at a one-handed reset.
Mm,
And it couldn't even cut a freaking fence picket.
I'm not surprised. Makita's just shit. They've lived off their reputation for so long that people believe the load of bullshit that folks are out there shoveling to them.
I got to tell you though, man, I'm fixing to pick up another XTD 16.
Raymond Roman. What do you think about the Cat tool line? Are they any good? They might be good, but they're weak. I looked at their specs. Their high end drill is 650 inch pounds, which would be a mid torque or a subcompact level.
Yeah, not mid torque, but just mid of the line. Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I
It's
haven't
low
messed with
end
them.
for sure.
Somebody asked about ego.
Um, yeah, I
Amazing.
don't have any ego, but that being said, I know I have seen that they are incredible. I've seen professionals out there using ego.
Any time that I go and I'm doing like a panel inspection or something, and I'm in
Peter
someone's
C.
garage,
Peter C wants
nine
Flex and
times out
Ego
of
to
ten,
combine.
9 times out of 10, especially in this area, someone has an
You tell
ego,
them, Lord.
and I always ask them how you like it, and they just light up, man. They're like, "Dude, it does front and back on a 2.5."
Yeah, Raymond, I would avoid Cat right now. until they get more tools in their lineup and really better tools, I would avoid them. South Florida Tools said you should get some rigid.
I know. I need to.
You got to live on the wild side every once in a while. Have a good time, Big Red. You got to live on that wild side. Look, you don't need to have 50 brands like I do, or 48. Accurate count, 48 brands like I do. Actually, I take it back, 49, because I just got one today. So I don't have to add 48 tool or brands or platforms like I do, but you can't have watched me for any length of time and said, rigid tools are the same as they were 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Rate my
Yeah, I
lineup.
need
I
to,
run Hercules at work, mainly they're brushless, and at home I run Skill 20 volt. You're like a 4 there out of
you're
10.
like a 4.
Hercules at work means work is cheap, and 20-volt Skill at home means he cheap.
Hey, is the Hercules got a lifetime warranty though?
No, 5 years.
Bauer has it. Okay, but you can
Nope,
swap it out at
3 years.
Harbor Freight, right?
Nice, B-Dub. What's that? Yeah, you could swap them at Harbor Freight. But 5 years for the Hercules, 3 years for the Bauer,
And you
3 years
but you
for the
can swap them
Master.
out in store.
Yes,
See, that's kinda cool.
very nice, B-Dub. B-Dub got his new mics in. That's awesome, buddy. I meant
I
to
see that
send you some.
AliExpress
I
mics
just
came
keep
in.
forgetting. Yeah, they had the newer on sale this week for $55.
Do they really?
Hilti versus Hercules. Hilti. I would take Hilti over Hercules.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know which one,
Hilti
man, because you're gonna spend an arm and a dick getting it. And
Hilti's
once
one
you
of the
get
most
it,
overrated.
you're gonna have you're gonna be trying to justify the price so hard that you're gonna try
Woo!
to hang on to it for a long time. And then you're running a mediocre performance tool that's
Take
gonna
care of the
last for
friend.
20 years. I wanna buy
Mhm.
something new every 2. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I want the new thing every 2
Oh,
years.
that's another thing that annoys me. The dudes that are like, I've been running the same tool for the last 15 years every day, and it works just fine.
It
No, it
it probably
doesn't.
does, but you're
It, it's
missing
it
out.
was it was trash when you bought it, and it's trash now. It's just a worse grade of trash now. I don't know. Like when I was a pro, we didn't get paid by the hour. We got paid to get the damn job done.
You nailed that accent.
What's that?
You nailed
Oh,
that accent.
thanks. I've got a wife. She's got that accent. You get a 22-year warranty with Hilti.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's gonna last you 20 years.
I'm with you, Kansas.
There's one reason why I haven't really gone rigid. I've never
Fear.
heard somebody say that their recip saws are amazing.
Really? I'll tell you what, I happen to have a one-hand saber saw.
All right.
And you've seen me use it.
You're gonna I can't kids. What's up? You said what?
You've seen me use it. It has been
Oh,
great.
all right.
So it outperformed the Metabo.
I believe that. I've never heard somebody say the Metabo's it's okay.
A new voice is named Delmar.
I'll tell you what that surprised me though, that honestly actually did surprise me is the skill 12-volt stuff.
Oh, the full size is good. I had the subcompact.
So the skill
Just
20 is probably
no,
pretty decent.
no. Here's how bad it is. The bear likes it.
I mean, that does make it pretty bad, but is it that bad?
The bear likes it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Rainbow.
Oh, Shaka. What's that make you, like 100 times the rainbow there? Or is that just how many you've tasted? The rigid circular saw blows? Okay.
I've heard that twice now from different videos. Somebody said theirs didn't do good. I said
I gotta be
all of the
honest
rigid
with you.
tools did good, but that one didn't.
Yep. Every brand has ones that just
Yeah.
don't perform well. I've got the little 6.5 inch. I'm happy with it. It's not powerful, but it's steady and it's accurate. Oh no. No, if I had a pile of Makita tools, it'd be on fire.
Did Peter say he does not do the suit anymore?
I don't know.
That was just an animation.
Yeah, it was some computer program. So he had to stop doing it because people found out how he did it, and then can't who was it that exposed his stupid ass for the and showed people how to do that? Was it Struggleville?
I have no idea.
But one of the channels showed how he could do it or how he did it and whatnot. Let's go. AEG rules. I'm with you, uh, uh,
Adriana,
Adriano. I'm with you, buddy.
there you go.
Milwaukee. Oh, for professional use, Milwaukee hammer or rigid hammer drill. Neither
I'm with
one.
James.
Neither one. If you're going to go professional use and you want to use a hammer drill, there are two that I really think highly of: the Flex and the Bosch. Full size rotary hammer, Bosch all day, every day. Hilti be damned. I'm going Bosch all day, every day. If it's the handheld, the Flex with the turbo is just incredible. Like it's a monster. And if
Yeah,
you haven't
that's the only
seen
way to put
Bosch,
it.
if you haven't seen Bosch going to concrete, you are missing out. Here you go. So those are the two brands that I
The
would recommend for that.
the DeWalt, you're the 999. The 998 is a beast in concrete too.
Yeah, I have them both. 998, 999. I have them
Yeah.
both. Over 1 inch. I'm with you, Joshua.
Paul W. Was this a joke?
I don't know. What's your guys' opinion of Dean Dowdy, the Irish guy who fixes tools and loves Makita, Bosch, and Hikoki? I've never even heard of him.
You know what? We watched Dr. Left Hand Thread. That's who we
Yeah.
watch. But
Yeah, I've never
you
even
got to
heard of the
remember
other.
over there on that side of the world, that's what they got. That's what they use.
Yeah. The
And if they can
29
get the
report, right?
parts and rebuild it, more power to them. You know, they just don't have the same things we have over here.
No. Well, what the rest of the world showed both how it's done. That's funny. The rest of the world, they have to understand the United States represents 50% of the power tool buying market. And I think it's officially 50% this year. I think last year was like 42, something like that. But this year is going to be 50. And that's going to increase over the next few years. And the funny, no sightings of the toolbox. Oh, wow. Um, we get better stuff in the US than they do. Makita might be the exception because I think Makita is just about abandoned the American market because they can't make inroads in here. They can only lose ground here. So I think it's just one of those things that has moved on as far as the United States. Now, if they're using Hikoki, which is Metabo HPT here, Bosch, Makita, Bosch is great, Metabo is great, but they use Makita because it's cheap. It's cheap over there.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the bottom
Well,
line.
now they're talking about Dean, and I feel bad. I got nothing against Dean. Dr. Left Hand Thread's trying to get into that niche as well. So
I've never heard of Dean. I know Dr. Left Hand's Red. I've never heard of him. I've never heard of the other guy. I got nothing to
oh,
for him
well,
against him.
you'd laugh
I just never heard of him.
if you compare it or whatever. It's same nationality and everything, doing the same thing. It's interesting.
Yeah. It's just, and I kind of like this, a little more relaxed tonight. We don't have as many people in here as we've been getting, so we can relax a little bit more. We don't have to be on our game the whole time like we have been over the last few months. It's a nice relaxing night for the Tools with Souls group here. But no, there are so many dudes in this space now. We were talking, I think Joshua, Kansas, you and I were talking kind of offline, and I made the point of saying that Den of Fools is only big now because when he got in, there was no competition. There were a couple of guys here and there, but there was no one really devoted to power tools nonstop. There was nobody doing it all the time. VCG, the same kind of, they came in at the right time, and God bless them. All the more power to them. I wish them nothing but success. That being said, that dude knows jack shit about using tools on a job site. I doubt he could find a job site with a map.
It pretty much why I made my channel. Yours was because of the bear. Mine was because of those guys
Thanks, Tanner.
talking about how SCS bits have a slip mechanism in them. When
Yeah.
pretty much every SCS has the slip mechanism built in. That way, if you hit rebar, it just disengages the tool and it acts like a clutch. But the dudes over here, oh, the new Milwaukee's out. And there's a slip drive built into this tool, and you can
I
look
gotta
how it
like
works. And I was just like,
I am 100% with you. Makita falling apart is just like the Biden admin. We don't get too political here, but yeah, I'm with you. If you're going to buy a corded recip saw, which model is the right one? Corded, man, that's old school right there.
DeWalt, the DeWalt with the fixed shoe. That's $100. Um, tried and true.
Yeah, I won't argue with you there. I know a lot of folks, they talk well about the Milwaukee Sawzall and whatnot, but that's been my general feeling about them. I didn't find anything that stupendous, nothing bad, just not that stupendous. So yeah, I would go with DeWalt as well. Started. What? Good comp. Got to concentrate on the lack of tools. Also, the bear
Yeah.
is grabbing on Eric Schmidt, gagging on Eric Schmidt's member. So hard he may die of asphyxiation. Is that the Harbor Freight CEO? Is that who Eric Schmidt is? I think
I
that is.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not real up on who's that. Nothing says we were laying low tonight. I almost did this through StreamYard just because I wanted to have a nice relaxing night. Your keyboard is haunted.
What's
Just seeing if I missed any questions. Why would you want corded? I don't know. Cost?
What are you up to
Maybe.
now, man, as far as subs?
Uh, what do you get when you cross an elephant and a rhino? It's an elephino. But I can
I know.
66,229 right now.
Nice, dude.
That's to the number
Hey, you getting there. You're getting up there.
66,229. Yeah, I want to catch Manscaper before the end of the summer. Just saying. Why would anybody buy brush?
And then who you going for?
What's that?
Who's next on the list?
Oh, dude, we have to talk about it. The elephant in the room. Has there ever been a worse tool than the M12 right angle impact wrench?
I haven't I don't have any experience with that. I don't know.
Recip does not work well for threaded rod. See, Jamie True knew. Elefino.
Man, that's all you got. You know, most companies they don't provide any of that stuff. You get a spider box, and you might have a bandsaw that's in the job box,
Ooh, gator
and then you're going to
socket.
turn that bandsaw upside down with the blade up, and you're going
Yeah.
to take your channel locks, holding the threaded rod, and you're going to hold the rod and cut towards it, or maybe you'll hold the bandsaw here like this and pull up towards the blade.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you're doing pretty much. So
Thing is
you're on a
nice.
scissor lift and your all thread for your rack is too long protruding through the strut. You can't use a bandsaw. You can't get close enough because the shoe is hitting the strut and you need to cut down where the nut is. So you use a recip saw. And if you're worried about not being able to thread it on there, you cut it at a 45, you thread your nut on there, and then you cut it flat when you're done because a 45 guarantees you can spin that nut on. You
Let me just
absolutely cut all thread with a recip every day.
let me just help you out here.
Help
A
me out.
one-hand recip saw is technically considered a hacksaw, especially if you put a metal cutting blade on it. It acts just like a hacksaw without wearing out your shoulder. So
Okay.
yes, cut all thread with a recip saw all
When
day.
someone says recip, dude, what comes in my head is a one-handed hacksaw because
Gator
that's pretty
socket.
much all I know, man. I never even gave the others a chance.
Wait, who is Dave? Dave is not really bright, but he has a big heart. Is that the battery guy, the Bat Ray? Is that who that is? Who is that? Or is that
I
what's his
don't
name?
know.
Oh, Manscaper. Okay, my fault.
Oh,
I didn't know his name was Dave. I don't associate with that type of person.
you
Anyway,
probably did. You just
I didn't remember his name was Dave. No.
Josh says he's gonna order me a bolt right now. Is the 18-volt triple hammer bolt impact good? Yes.
Dude,
Thank you.
dude, I'm kind of jealous right now. That
Thank
Ray
you.
guy is Flint. Okay.
Oh, the battery guy.
That dude just annoys the piss out of me. When he's a Bat Ray, I just want to be like, look, you're a candy striper. What the fuck? You've never been on a job site. I don't think you could. Honest to God, you put him and the bear in a car together. Neither one of them could figure out the door handle.
You know, I out of everybody though, man, I think I can relate to Clint the most, man. He's just kind of laid
Retarded.
back, you know, he's just doing his own thing. Um his expressions and stuff before I started YouTube, man, it was he puts on a good show. Respect for its due, man. He does a good job.
Yeah, I think Clinton and the bear are a couple. Um, you know what? Manscaper is a nice dude. I'm positive he's Mr. Peace and Positivity and whatnot. And That's great. I mean, I'm not a homosexual, so I'm gonna be like a dude. I'm gonna talk like a dude, and
Right.
you don't like it, fuck you. All right, that's just the way it is. Men talk. We talk with aggression. It's fine. You don't have to be a bitch to be in this space. Jesus, I'm living proof that you don't have to be nice to be in this space.
You can't be nice in the field. If you're
No,
if you're coming here to learn about tools
I'm with
and you
you,
expect
Tanner.
someone to be nice, uh, there's not very many people that can teach you very much useful information that are nice.
Yeah, they'll be
Hey,
wearing cowboy hats next week. I'm sure they will be.
yeah, absolutely.
Just watch for Manscaper. He'll be trying to find the exact same Stetson that I've got. Leave your purse at home. Exactly. I can remember the first time like the first time somebody told me how to use a hammer. And yes, I needed to be told how to use a hammer because like I think I was like 5 or 6 years old, and I was holding way up near the head, and I was just bringing it down because I didn't want to hit my hand or my fingers with the hammer. Right? And I believe it was my granddad who said, "Don't hold it like a purse," right before he smacked me in the back of the head. Right. So, and then he put it all the way down and like, so it's at the end of the handle. And he's like, "Here's the secret. Don't hit your fingers." I was like, "That's
My
what I'm
dad
trying
was
to
a
avoid."
carpenter, man. So, and I guess you
Thank you,
could call it
sword.
a fine custom woodworker would be, you know, 1970s carpenter in Bermuda. In Bermuda, everything, you're on an island, 25 miles long, 5 miles wide. You tend to have stuff custom wrapped
Oh,
around your house for
yeah.
the same price it costs for someone to ship it to you.
Yeah.
So I grew up swinging a hammer. Um, so I already knew how to hold a bunch of tools ever since. I knew that I
What
wanted to do
happened?
something with my hands.
Yeah. What happened? Uh, is the rigid one hand recip any good? Yes. I have it. I have the subcompact and I absolutely love it. I use it for small tasks. I don't use it for anything big. Although I did take out the entire entryway of my garage door using my subcompact one hand recip saw. Joe the tool guy is slowing down and Philly fixed his do not forget the bear with the Vanna White deals of the week. Oh, I didn't know that Philly Fixed was doing any videos. The last time I
Is he
checked, it was
doing?
like a couple of months ago.
Is Philly doing videos now?
You know what?
Tanner Cool wants to know what's the worst shock I've ever received.
Do it. Tell him about the big one.
Uh, Pretty much saw myself out of body experience 30 feet from a angle, kind of coming down like this. I was able to see through the floor because I was eight, no, well, not 8 feet. It was a tall ceiling in a basement. I was probably 10 feet from the actual ceiling. And then my
Yeah,
perspective was looking through floors at myself, hung up on some wire. It's a pretty good one.
I have to ask Shaka Gillis a question. What the hell is the Ram Ranch? Like, I got an idea in my mind, but I'm not real sure if that's what you're talking about or not. He's more in tune with that than I am. Search Grant McDonald ramp. No, I'm not going to search that.
Man, we gotta get
Has done
Philly
a
on
few
here
lately.
again.
Yeah. What voltage was that shock?
That was actually 120. I think here's the deal with that shock, right? We were in a museum and we couldn't
BDSM.
turn off breakers.
Cool.
Museum was active.
What,
And we turned off the lights and the
I
whole
want to
room
know.
got dark. So
I
we
want to
thought
know.
naturally the power was off.
Yeah.
but wires went through to the next room where there was some lights on that were on battery backup. And even though we turned off the lights, there was lights on in the other room from other, constant hots going to other switches. So I don't know what the voltage was, but I mean, I don't know what the amperage was, what the load was, but it got me good.
Shaka Gillis seems to be all over this Ram Ranch thing. Like, we know now what the type of stuff that he watches in his free time.
BDSM.
I'm just saying.
Kansas is
I'm
how
just
you
saying.
bought my OF account.
That's it's a little weird there, Shaka. Silly did a full video a week ago. Oh, you know what? He posts so infrequently. I have not seen, like, I used to have his notifications turned on, but after a while, they just turn themselves off if they haven't made any videos.
Right.
A right angle impact wrench, I'd say you're better off 3/8. Agreed. Because you're using it in tight spots. 3/8 tend to be thinner sockets, sidewalls, and 3/8 tend to be a little more powerful as well. Most people don't believe that, but if you ever see a 3/8 and a half inch side by side, the 3/8 is going to do better. Just order the bolt and text you the info. Hey, he just ordered you the bolt. Give
Spoke
us a good
says,
review.
am I an electrician? Yeah, very much so. Now I'm an electrical inspector. Probably go to about 20 job sites a day. Still very involved with it. Do multiple side jobs, but I worked for the same electrical company for 10 years and 3 other companies for about a year and a half each. And while I was in that company for 10 years, I did 2 years of infrared, 5 years of industrial, and the rest was building hospitals and stuff ground up, parking lots and redistributions for museums and stuff, churches. Not too
You
much I
had
haven't
18
seen.
bolt. I don't have the bolt at all. I have the triple hammer. I have the older stuff. Oh, I'll take the 36 though. If you're going to offer me the 36-volt bolt, I'll take it. All day, every day, I'll take it. I've always wanted to get a 36-volt. They just don't have them in my store. I just want you to know I have the screen up, the two of us talking on my phone. I'm on the left, you're on the right. On the screen, you're on the left, and I'm on the right. It's
That's
completely
true.
backward.
That's true. I'm looking at it here.
What's up, Russell? No, here's and I'm just going to say it right now. I'm just going to get it out of there. Everybody knows it's coming. We're on the train tracks. The train is coming. Ain't nobody getting off of them. Absolutely avoid everything called Makita. We're great, Russell. How you doing, buddy? Makita is absolute shit. Like your 40-volt hammer drill. How's the chuck on it?
It's not even in this room right now.
You're
It's terrible.
perpetually
It's terrible.
tightening chuck.
It's terrible. Don't need to go get it.
No, I did the video of it just literally going, yeah, it's the anti-tightening technology, only from the minds of Makita. No,
Yeah, it's that bad.
I don't know how to make it any more clear to people that we have, like me in particular, I've done their LXT line, their subcompact, their XGT, and the 13 or whatever that was before the 16 came out, which is their new LXT line.
The
I
freaking
have
19's out
tested
now.
them all of them. Makita has never, ever won on this channel in performance, in speed, or in power. None of it. And that's over 50 videos. I want to say I'm close to 60 now. 60
Yeah.
videos, and they're all shit. I did myself a favor yesterday, and I'm just going to admit it. I pulled a tactics
Oh man.
for the third time. I returned the Makita XGT line.
For the third, stop buying it.
Second or third. Well, I keep buying it because these what do you call a fairy today? What
I
like
think you call them pickle puffers.
these
I would
pickle
call them
puffers, sword swallowers, pillow biter,
sword swallower is a good one.
pillow biter. Can I call them a pillow biter still?
Sword
Is that too
swallowing, pickle
old?
puffing, pillow biter.
Okay. So these sword swallowing, pickle puffing, pillow biters that our Makita fans keep telling me you needed mine the Makita HDT line if you're gonna compare Makita because it's the best. And then it gets its ass handed to it, and then they go, "Oh, the LXT line is better than the XGT line, so you need to buy that." And then I buy that, and it's dog shit too. And then I'm like, "Well, let's test out the subcompacts or the compact tools," and well, that's dog shit too. How many times do you have to buy dog shit to realize you're buying dog shit?
Hey, ask yourself that question. How many times are you gonna buy it?
I only do it because the people want it. But if I had my way, I would never buy a Makita. I
Here's
refuse to like videos that have Makita in it.
here's the problem. You bought it when it was $500 and then tested it. Now it's what, 230?
It's worse. It was down to 215. It was
Nice.
215 this week, and then next week it'll be gone. They're going to send it back, and they still had 10. They had 10
The
of the
Makita
kit.
subcompact Sawzall is so bad. It's it's unfathomably bad
Yes,
how
B-Dub.
someone can make a tool and willingly sell it. Like it's just so bad. Like I don't understand. Okay, so it's just like the ratchet from Ryobi.
Right?
What what are you gonna build with it? Like it's a ratchet. It's literally the strength to make computers. You could build your laptop with it safely,
Right.
but it's a
Never worry about
ratchet. Like
overtime.
what? How does it even get to market? How can somebody like? Well, that's enough power to do.
Way
Like
more.
who is deciding what tasks are being done with the crap they're putting out?
We're smoking dog shit, man. God bless you. If that's what you got to smoke, that's a high I don't want to get. Anyway, I don't want to know what your dogs ate that you're smoking and shit. Anyhow, um, I look at it and people, hi, your boy Ram. People get on my like they every time I do a Makita video, my comment section just filled with excuses and like I'm not real nice to dudes that give me excuses anyway. I'm not real nice to folks to begin with, but the dudes that give me excuses, I'll just tell them one way or another, go fuck themselves because I don't give a shit. Right? I think they're
the
stupid.
the gas powered Makita tools.
I don't know that they have gas powered
I'm
Makita
trying to think
tools.
of a gas powered Makita tool I can think of.
Well, they don't have them here. Is Makita making golf course mowers? Jeremy, if they do, you should go get one. Ryobi 4-volt ratchet was aimed at gift buying, I think. Some poor dad got that thing as a gift. Paul W., you're probably going to get it for Father's Day. Chainsaw, I, honest to God, outside of Project Farm, never seen or heard of anyone using a Makita chainsaw.
Dude,
Like,
the battery stuff now is so
if it,
good for just the casual homeowner. If you're in any platform, you
oh,
can buy any piece of crap chainsaw and any tool line, and it's probably going to do what you need it to do.
that's true.
Like,
Honestly, God, I don't know if you're not an arborist. I don't know why anybody would buy a gas powered chainsaw today.
dude, the Craftsman one, both of them are good. I got the pole saw, which came with the most extension length for the best bang for your buck. It was like 130. Came with a 4.0 battery.
Expensive.
And I cut down like, I don't know, once I compacted it and smashed it in the front yard and took it all out, it was like 20 foot long by like 5 foot by 5 foot tall of bushes.
So I'm gonna update this. JB says chainsaws, and he says Tractor Supply is all in on Makita. Go
Ooh,
look at Tractor Supply. They're getting rid of all their Makita, all of their Bosch. It's gonna be DeWalt and Porter Cable.
dang.
I was in a Tractor Supply, the biggest Tractor Supply around me just yesterday. There was not a single Makita in the store. Not that I would look, but it's just I happen to be if there's a power tool aisle, I'm going down it. But they didn't have any Makita in the store, and Bosch has been on the way out for over a year. Um, Makita concrete saws just like Home Depot last year. That's good stuff. Somebody asked our thoughts of the dual battery Milwaukee OPE. I haven't used any. They don't send me this shit. I didn't use any, but I can assure you that from what I have seen, they are impressive. I
I
don't
would
like the idea of throwing two batteries on OPE though.
no, I would and I would agree that the gas is still superior, but as a homeowner, man, I mean, you got an 8 amp hour battery from the kit, the 998, like $300, right? And then you go buy an adapter and you can go into any Craftsman with your DeWalt battery that you want. That's what I did. I didn't even drop a bar on that 8. Cut down pretty much that whole tree.
Thank you, Joshua. I appreciate that, buddy. I'm just going to say this: that Steel, they're making battery chainsaws now. Echo battery chainsaws are coming out, and why? Because they're all trying to move away from gas. So even those companies are telling you, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Are even telling you that battery technology has gotten to that point. And
Well,
we're
yeah.
we're just now starting to see the true abilities of batteries, and we're not there yet. We're just in Gen 1 of this new battery tech, so we're going to see that get better and increase more, and it's going to be amazing down the line.
I don't know,
Real
there's something up with the way they're pushing batteries. I think they're trying to limit your length of travel, especially for vehicles, trying to normalize it.
Well, I mean, California already has the small engine gas ban, and that goes
Yeah.
into effect here in the next few years. I mean, it's passed, it's gonna be in a law. They can see the writing on the wall that as California goes, so goes the rest. That's the old saying, but it's true. Um, so yeah, New York is already doing it. I wanna say, all the typical
Yes.
states that you would suspect would be early adopters to this. They're
Yep.
all doing it. And those just happen to be the biggest areas of population. So if they do it, I don't care where you live. It's happening.
Yeah. I'm trying to think
A
what,
chainsaw generator to change the batteries. Dude, how easy you don't live out in the boonies. Husqvarna 40-volt tools as well. Yeah, I forgot Husky. I love Husky. One of the tool brands that you never see anybody talk about. I love Husky so much. I got their 61-inch zero turn. Like I love that brand.
yeah, it'd be a while before they change with ride-on mowers, right? The battery?
Yeah, I mean you're already seeing it. I live on 500 acres of booney. You're already seeing it though, where Honda stopped making engines, the small engines. That was the first drop in the bucket. It won't be long before Kohler is out of that market. Um, what's the other one? Briggs and Stratton.
Probably's got some of the best generators.
Yeah, Briggs and Stratton, they'll be out of that market as well. They'll only be using if they're making a small engine, it's going to be like fucking what, just for your generator, and that'll probably be it. No gas powered OPE. The I saw somebody said Jersey. It's just I know the electric grid is kind of a concern, but and I'm with you in that Briggs and Stratton, Briggs and Fat Sons. You can already see it. It's just one of those things. They don't care about the consumer. They care about the agenda, right? And the agenda means more to them than you do. If you die, there are more people to take your place. Ego has a 52-inch battery. Damn. I saw Ego.
Deck.
Ego's got they've got a battery chainsaw that is equivalent to a 62 cc gas engine. And
That's
I've
pretty.
seen people using it. It's freaking incredible. Like,
Sounds heavy.
no, the battery's the heaviest part of it. That's
Yeah.
the weird, like, and I get it, but damn, it's just the way it is. We don't have to agree with it. It's just the way it's gonna be. I mean, I'll be dead before all of this shit goes through. So fuck it. I'll use whatever the hell I want. But I've thought about making a video going like, as far as OPE is concerned, and I mow 16 acres, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm done buying gas. Like my lawnmower is the last piece of gas OPE that I'm gonna buy.
Yeah, I get you, man. I get you some barbed wire and some T-posts, and I would stop mowing 16 acres if I was you.
Yeah, I'm getting to that point where I can't do it anymore. Between the Parkinson's and the breathing issues and stuff, like I'm getting to that point where I can't do it anymore. I did the last couple of times I've only mowed about like 4 or 5 acres. You want the Ego mini bike? I want a little like, I don't know, like a Tao or some kind of like scooter to just putt around in, just up and down my road just for fun. SoAlz is not around goats. I was getting those two around.
You got to
Goats. I was
watch him,
getting
man.
those
He
mixed
wears
up.
those oversized boots. That way he can trap the front. How do you do it? You
Yeah,
trap the back legs?
yeah. It's easier to eat them. That's the only thing I'm doing with a goat.
Yeah.
Tactics, on the other hand, he's got a whole plan in mind of what he's
Yeah.
going to do with a goat, and he probably learned it from watching Howie.
All right.
This
Well,
is
let me
actually
tell you the
really
secret.
nice.
Right? What you do?
Just there are 4,850 of you in here
You get
right
some
now.
oversized boots like this, and you can trap their back legs in there. That way they can't get away. Make sure it's not
Okay,
a tall goat though. If not, you'll be too tall.
Fools and Tactics is going Amish. The guys that are here right now, and the names are all familiar, and I just want to thank you guys. I know lately, the last few months, it's been nuts. We've been bringing in 30, 40, 10,000 people every single live stream, and it's been crazy. And I appreciate you guys being so here for us because it means so much. We know that you guys are here for us, and we will not ever turn our back on you. We appreciate you. So thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Get a 60 horsepower motor for your cart. I need it because I'm fat, man. Look at those boots. You can tell he's from Texas. The only two things
Jamie
that
Tree
come
wants
out
to
of
know the
Texas.
instructions. Yeah, the back legs. You get them trapped in your boots. That way they can't go anywhere.
Maybe you want to do it the front and give them the carrot. That's up to you. We appreciate you guys being here for us for so many years. This 3 years we've been doing this, and 2 years. I think we've only missed, I think, 4 Sundays in 2 years.
Yeah.
So, and even before I was able to go live, Suburban Beard was hosting the live, and it was on Sunday, and we would show up, and then he stopped doing it, and I just took over the time. So it's been over 2 years that we have been doing this, and you guys have been showing up for us. So thank you, Russell. Uh,
I
I
appreciate
just need a distraction from my sister bugging me. Look, dude, let go of her hair.
it.
Let her up. All right. That's all I'm gonna say to you, beat up. You deserved it.
You deserved it.
No, it's been great. What a ride we've been on. Our next goal, we want to catch Manscaper. We want to do that before the end of the summer. And then the last goal I'm going to have here on YouTube is hit 100,000.
That's cool.
And that way I can get the little plaque and have it hang up, and then my wife can look at it when I'm dead.
Okay.
Thanks, Paul. Though, and I appreciate you guys. But no, that's serious. Like, I'm we we were talking about it earlier this week. Well, so you guys don't know, my sister-in-law has stage 4 prostate cancer. She had a mastectomy. She is in the hospital. Why I couldn't be on his channel on Tuesday night was because we had driven 6 hours to go visit with her, as it is the end of her life. And naturally, when stuff like that is going on, and it, you're talking to your significant other because it's just the two of you in the car for 6 hours on the ride home, the conversation naturally changed to what happens if, right? And
Yep.
fortunately enough, I've had stuff in place for a while now that if something happens to me, she's taken care of. But if something happens to her, we don't have that fallback plan. She's always been the more healthy of the two of us.
Jeremy.
We have a mastectomy for prostate cancer. Was what? A mastectomy is where they cut off your breast. Jeremy, I don't know where your prostate is, but you probably
You,
should get that dude's ass off of your
you
chest.
literally said that she has prostate cancer and had a mastectomy, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I had said prostate cancer, but she has breast cancer, stage 4 breast cancer. Sorry.
Okay. I was just
That's
kidding.
my
I was just
fault.
like, ah, pick your
That's
battles,
my
right?
fault. My wife has a plan to sell all my tools. My wife has the same plan, and she's more than well taken care of when I pass away. But yeah, it's just part of the conversation that we have to have because my health has been declining over the last few years, and it's not that much longer. Alzheimer's kicking in hard. I do have Alzheimer's, so yeah. I mean, I don't know what I'm saying half the time, which makes me just as good a news organization as any of the rest of them. Anyway, um, damn, pros, Brett. Well,
Close enough.
I'm just gonna say this to you: if you're 69ing, right, your prostate's pretty close.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna leave it there.
Also, the older you get, the lower they fall too, right? So
It's
they
true.
only get closer.
That's true. Although hers also go lower. I don't know. What kind of women are you dating, Kansas? He doesn't
Kansas, yeah.
date women. He doesn't date women. All his last date went woof. Not saying he keeps a large amount of peanut butter around the house, but he, he could buy stock in Jiffy. Yeah, B-Dub. I know you do. It's rough, but you know what? We've had our last for the night. We've had our fun, and there's only one thing left to do. And that's to tell you that if you're still buying Makita tools, it's because you're an idiot. And for all you Makita guys out there, don't forget.
Blow 'em like you know 'em.
And for the rest of you, manscape like you landscape. If you trim your bush, your deck will always look big. And with that, we're out of here. Have a good night. We appreciate you all. Take it easy.
See you guys later.